I can explain your very special heritage. Finally get to be the father I've always wanted to be.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie questions that got answered in the sequel.
The world was different then. We were different.
For this list, we're looking at the burning questions that were raised in a film and subsequently addressed in a direct follow-up. And since we will be answering all of these questions, be forewarned, spoilers ahead. We won't be including questions answered in a prequel, as that merits its own list. What burning film questions did you have that were eventually extinguished in a follow-up? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Who is Peter Quill's father? Guardians of the Galaxy. Only at the end of the film, when Peter held an Infinity Stone and survived, was there a hint that the kid from Missouri was more than human. Scans confirmed that while his mother was human, his dad was something far more powerful.
Your father, well, he's something very ancient we've never seen here before.
That could be why you were able to hold a stone for as long as you did.
Yondu, who raised Peter, was then revealed to have been hired by Peter's biological father to kidnap him. However, Yondu never delivered the boy after learning how much of a jackass Peter's dad was.
Yeah, Quill turned out okay. Probably good we didn't deliver him to his dad like we was hired to do.
Yeah, that guy was a jackass!
In the sequel, we learned the secret of Peter's parentage, a nearly divine figure, Ego the Living Planet. Of course, Yondu's assessment of Ego turned out to be spot on, and in an emotional scene, Yondu shared that he had always thought of Peter as his own son.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
Number 9. What happens to Marty's kids? Back to the Future. The end of Back to the Future, where Doc Brown took Marty and his girlfriend Jennifer to the future in his flying DeLorean, became instantly iconic. The reason for their departure: Marty and Jennifer's kids were in trouble.
Both you and Jennifer turn out fine. It's your kids, Marty. Something has got to be done about your kids.
This was initially meant to be a fun joke to end the story. Of course, the monumental success of the film necessitated sequels, which addressed what had retroactively become a cliffhanger.
Look what happens to your son.
My son? God, he looks just like me.
After traveling to the far-off year of 2015, we learned the dopey Marty Jr. had become involved in a heist with a cyberpunk gang, which would lead to the unraveling of his entire family. The only way to stop this was Marty impersonating his own son, which naturally leads to another iconic scene: the hoverboard chase.
He's on a hoverboard.
Number 8. Who was the real Mandarin? Iron Man 3. The fearsome leader of the infamous Ten Rings, a terrorist organization that kidnapped Tony Stark, returned to oppose him again in the final film of the trilogy. Or at least, that's the way it seemed at first.
Don't hurt the face, I'm an actor.
You got a minute to live, fill it with words.
Just a role? The Mandarin?
Halfway through the film, it was revealed that the menacing supervillain known as the Mandarin was actually an actor being puppeted by another villain. A short, All Hail the King, confirmed that the Mandarin did in fact steal someone's persona. The leader of the Ten Rings was finally revealed in Shang-Chi, as Shang-Chi's own father, Xu Wenwu, a warlord for centuries who gave it all up for love that was then taken from him. Xu Wenwu was a complex and tragic villain, and well worth the wait.
Do you know the name he chose? The Mandarin. He gave his figurehead the name of a chicken dish.
Number 7. How could Harry talk to snakes? Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. There were a number of unexplained connections between Harry Potter and the dark wizard Voldemort who tried to kill him years earlier. The most noteworthy of these connections was the ability to speak Parseltongue, aka communicating with serpents. After Harry initially talked to a boa constrictor in a zoo in the first film, it was only in the sequel that we discover how rare and sinister seeming this ability actually was.
Harry, listen to me. There's a reason the symbol of Slytherin House is a serpent. Salazar Slytherin was a parcel mouth. He could talk to snakes too.
Voldemort himself inherited the ability from his malevolent snake-loving ancestor Salazar Slytherin. It was not until the end of the final film that this connection was fully revealed. Voldemort's soul broke off and inhabited Harry after the attempted murder of the latter, giving Harry, among other things, the power to converse with snakes.
So it's true then, sir. A part of him lives within me, doesn't it?
Did. It was just destroyed many moments ago.
Number 6. What happened after the truce? The Matrix Revolutions. The Matrix trilogy saw humans revolting against their robot overlords in an epic war. It was a continual cycle of escape, revolt, and eventual destruction and enslavement for humanity. However, at the end of Revolutions, that cycle was broken, causing a truce between humans and machines, with humanity freed from their oppressors, giving the option to leave the Matrix.
What do you want? Peace.
Without their human batteries, the machines faced a power shortage, and they erupted into civil war. Some machines and programs even joined humanity, and together, they created a glorious new city through their combined efforts known as Io. Meanwhile, a new threat emerged, and a program known as the Analyst took control over the Matrix, powered by a revived Neo and Trinity.
It's not a game.
Number 5. What happened to the fish that escaped? Finding Nemo. Much of Finding Nemo followed a group of fish attempting to escape their tank and make their way into the ocean off the Australian coast.
We're gonna get him out of here. We're gonna help him escape.
Escape? Really?
We're all gonna escape.
Kill, please. Not another one of your escape plans.
Unfortunately, there was a hitch. The film ended with the joke of them finally in the ocean, but trapped in plastic bags, and the tank gang wondering,
now what?
While the sequel Finding Dory didn't feature the tank gang in its main plot, set at the fictitious Marine Life Institute, their fate was finally revealed during a post-credit scene.
All right, gang, good work.
Look, Flo, we made it.
You won't have any more problems from here on out.
Having made their way entirely across the Pacific Ocean still in their bags, the gang was scooped up by the Marine Life Institute, with the last line of the film once again being,
No respect for ocean life.
Now what?
Number 4. Why don't the dinosaurs look accurate? Jurassic Park. Although paleontologists like Jack Horner worked on the Jurassic films to give them a sense of authenticity, some creative license was taken.
Most of the dinosaurs that we see in Jurassic World are dinosaurs we created for the other ones, except for the new dinosaur, Indominus Rex.
This, along with emerging scientific knowledge, meant that the dinosaurs on the big screen did not look a lot like their long-extinct real-life counterparts. This left many asking questions like, why don't they have feathers? These questions were finally put to rest in Jurassic World, when geneticist Henry Wu explained that filling the gaps in the genetic code in the dino DNA had altered their appearance, which fit in with the first Jurassic Park having used amphibian DNA to complete gene sequences.
Tree frogs can modulate their infrared output. We use strands from their DNA to adapt her to a tropical climate.
In a rather meta commentary, Wu told his employer when describing how he designed dinosaurs,
But you didn't ask for reality, you asked for more teeth.
I never asked for a monster.
Number 3. Where was Bo Peep? Toy Story 3. The love interest of Woody in Toy Story, the porcelain doll Bo Peep featured prominently in the first film, yet had a reduced role in the second film, and completely disappeared in the third.
Merry Christmas, Sheriff.
Say, isn't that mistletoe?
Other than a brief cameo via a flashback and a vague reference, her disappearance sometime in the decade plus between films was never explained. That was until the fourth film. One rainy night, Bo was sold, and Woody, when faced with a chance to join her, reluctantly stayed behind with his young owner Andy.
Woody, I'm not Andy's toy.
What?
It's time for the next kid.
Unexpectedly, years later, Woody came face to face with Bo once more, now a lost toy and an action hero.
Oh, I can't believe it's
Bo
you.
Peep.
I never thought I'd see you again.
With Andy all grown up, Woody and Bo got a second chance together. Number 2. What was the bride's name? Kill Bill Volume 1. Harkening back to the westerns of old, the main character of the Kill Bill films was never given a name in the first film. Instead, she was referred to by a series of nicknames, including Bee, Black Mamba, the bride, and affectionately/creepily Kiddo by her older lover and eventual attempted murderer Bill.
No, kiddo.
At this moment, this is me and my most masochistic.
While her name was mentioned once during the film, it is cheekily bleeped out in true Tarantino fashion.
Hi, honey. I'm Mr. Sneeze. What's your name?
No such tricks were pulled in the film's follow-up, however, as it was revealed that Kiddo wasn't in fact a nickname from Bill referring to the bride's age, but in fact her family name. A brief recollection of the bride's childhood revealed her full name to be Beatrix Kiddo.
Melanie Harhouse?
Here.
Beatrix Kiddo. Here.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Who was the other Force user mentioned by Yoda? Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back. The Star Wars saga adhered pretty closely to the tropes of the Chosen One and the hero's journey in the character of Luke Skywalker.
Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
The notion that Luke was the last hope for the good guys was directly voiced by one of his mentors, Obi-Wan Kenobi, as he flew off to an uncertain fate. However, his other mentor Yoda disputed this cryptically, telling Obi-Wan,
"That boy is our last hope."
No, there is another.
This meant there was another Force user out there that could potentially defeat the Empire, but fans would not find out who that was until the trilogy's conclusion 3 years later.
Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it.
Luke would eventually discover that Leia was the powerful Force user because she was, in fact, his twin sister. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.